Oh, there you go. Hold it. One, two, three, and four. Eddie's dick so big.
It's so big. My dick is so big. It's really big.
Eddie's dick so big. Eddie's
It's
dick
just
so
so
big.
big.
Eddie's
It
dick so
stretches out
big.
badges. It makes
Here
him
comes-
super big.
His dick is so big. His
Big.
pubes need a wig. His dick is so
big.
His dick is so big.
So big.
Those pubes need a wig. His dick is
His
so
dick is
big.
so big.
Yeah, the Metallica version.
Pubes. Wig. Pubes.
How?
How. Hey. How.
Oh, what has happened, everybody? Welcome to another Ramble Radio. This is the Ramble Podcast, a geek's guide to pop culture. We're the geeks.
We're the geeks.
Us, right here. I'm comedian, cancer fighter,
That guy.
lover, pipe layer, Jerry Rocha. Right there, we have the one and only.
Comedian Eddie Pence.
There it is.
Taker of pipes.
Taker of pipes. You take those pipes. You take them. This is Ramble 477.
Woo!
Do us a favor for
Ooh.
Ramble Radio 477. Subscribe to the Ramble. 5-star video. Positive text review. If you do
5-star
not do
rating.
these things, we're going to think you're a chump. And you don't want to be a chump. Who wants to be a chump?
Who wants
Nobody
to be on the
wants to
chump
be a
list?
chump.
Who wants to be
You
on
know
the
who's
chump
not
list?
a chump? Brock626. Our newest king of the hill. Brock626 with the 5-star rating and a positive text review. He wrote simply the best. Jerry and Eddie will fill your week with joy and laughter about things you probably loved your whole and may not have always seen the hilariously wrong or sexy side of. The best songs to do certain things to, what your favorite TV butler might have been capable of doing to another, or perhaps a damage they could have done to a bathroom stall. The best video games that never were, but certainly should have been. They bring so much so consistently to the Ramblers. Ain't that tough enough? There we go. Thank you, Brock626. Wow. And so now, Ramblers of the world, ball's in your court.
Yeah.
Ball's in your court. Brock626.
We've done all we can do. Brock626 done all he can do,
He did
or she
more
can
than-
do, or they can do.
More than anyone could have asked. They did it. Here we are. Man, so real quick, today's Ramble, we're going to talk about the Yacht Rock documentary.
Okay. Which
that
I haven't
just
seen,
popped on
but you can
HBO.
talk about
Really?
it.
Well,
Yeah.
you know the music, baby.
I do know the music.
So
I know the
it's-
music.
It's we'll talk that, but before and then tomorrow we're Eddie, we're teasing the whole fucking week.
How about that?
Tomorrow's Ramble, Wednesday's Ramble, we're gonna geek out over Christmas music. I think we're gonna challenge ourselves to pick our greatest Christmas songs. How about that? Could you do that?
Oh yeah, I can do that. Do that right now if we had to.
But artists, I need artist and song because you can't just
Okay.
say Jingle Bells and not give
Okay.
me.
No.
I
I
need
have
the
I have the
this
artist.
version.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
And I'm going to tease right now. Trans-Siberian Orchestra is nowhere on my
Get that
list.
shit out. Get that shit out right now.
Nowhere
Fuck
on
that
my-
bullshit.
Nowhere on my list.
Shit's awful. That shit is awful.
Trans-Siberian
Orchestra.
Ain't nobody getting pussy when Trans-Siberian Orchestra's playing.
No. You can literally hear Vages just and
so-
boners.
You dead. Like the tractor beam when Obi-Wan shut it down.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Fuck that shit. And so we're doing that on Wednesday's Ramble. And then Friday's Ramble Radio is going to be a Skeleton Crew recap as Eddie and I will watch the first 2 episodes that have dropped. And Eddie is already saying, I haven't looked at anything, but it's typical Star Wars shit where half the people love it, the other half are acting like it just horrifically ruined their lives by existing, right?
It's totally taken their childhood and just crumpled it up and wiped the ass of life with
like
their
a
childhood.
touchy uncles and scoutmasters and shitty parents ruin childhoods. Catholic priests ruin childhoods. Not a new Star Wars show.
Michael Bay didn't ruin your childhood.
No, get the fuck. Yes, he made shitty movies, but fuck
whatever dumbass made those 2 G.I. Joe movies didn't ruin your childhood.
No. You know what I have to say, Eddie? You ready for the? Can I make it the hippest Can I be the coolest kid you've ever seen?
Please.
Can I be the coolest kid
Hip
you've
it up.
ever seen?
Hip it up.
I want you to act like you just came out of like the third Michael Bay live action Transformers
Right.
movie, okay? And then
Okay.
let's say we went. I bet nobody's ready for this, Eddie. I'm
Okay.
just gonna tease it. No one's
Okay.
ready for this level of quick,
Okay.
sharp. Just act like you were devastated by the movie. And
Okay.
then go, I think that ruined my childhood. How about you? And then here's what I have to say
Okay,
to
okay.
all those people.
Okay. I'll come
You
out.
ready?
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
go.
Oh my! You can believe that? My childhood. Michael Bay just shit all over my childhood. It's ruined. Everything I loved as a kid is ruined now.
I still function. That's how I feel, baby. Give me that Megatron. I ain't dead yet. My childhood is fine. Hey, it's over prime. Never. That's how I look at that shit right there. And that is the role play that Andrea and I have in bed. It's just we
Dude,
alternate.
that's some
It's
good
either
fucking
that.
role play.
It's either I
One
still
shall
function.
stand. One shall come. One shall not.
Shall not. I have
Let
my
me
cat.
guess who.
The cat plays a part of Hot Rod, and I get out of the way, Hot Rod. Like it's
One shall climax. One shall not.
real quick. I love Peter Cullen. He's amazing. But did he oversell that line? Because that's the most dramatic line he's ever delivered. Is out of the way, Hot Rod. Like he just
It kind of makes you think him and Hot Rod might have had a little something.
something. Right.
Might have had a little something that we don't know about.
He lets it loose. Out of the way. Hot
That's not
Rod.
something you just say to someone who you just work with.
Right.
That's not just like a coworker, a subordinate. That's
Right.
That's not how you act.
Are you trying to say Hot Rod's been doing some energy on cum drinking?
I'm saying he's taking his shit on that matrix of leadership.
There it is. Well,
Prime's opened up his chest plate, and Hot Rod has just jumped a hot dump, a hot Carl right on the matrix of leadership.
Woo! So back to. But I think we're in this era now where like all the things that we loved, they know they can make money off dudes our age, so they're just gonna keep and they're great stories. So why not introduce them to a new generation who then they can milk in 30 years, right? Like whatever. It's genius, smart, but
they keep saying it didn't ruin anything. Nothing's fucking
and the problem with it is now we're gonna see it in everything we love from Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel, everything. People were mad at the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. It was fun. Let it be fun.
It was fun. I had fun with it. I thought it was fun.
It wasn't the overly, dramatics, the way some of the original stories were in the first Star Trek. It's fine. It's okay.
But
it was a little
the great
fun.
the thing I enjoyed most about that is what J.J. Abrams did. What he did is he created an alternate timeline for all that stuff to happen.
So you can have everything you loved, it didn't negate it, and then now you have this.
And now you have this.
And if you want it.
If you want it.
That was great. I loved it. But like we're seeing, we talked about this with Iron Man 3. People go, they ruined the Mandarin. Bitch, who the fuck had a Mandarin poster growing up in their bedroom? Who? Right now.
Right.
Please tell me. Who had a Mandarin poster?
Who fucking looked for Iron Man comics? Like, I hope he's battling the Mandarin.
Hope the Mandarin's in this one today, gang. Nobody gave a shit. Same thing. Who are you
It's like the fucking Taskmaster and Black Widow.
Dude, Taskmaster was ruined the minute Wolverine figured out if I just do Berserker Rage, he can't plan for it, and he's done.
Taskmaster is what happens if a 5-year-old tries to create a superhero. That's what that was. Oh yeah, he can fly, and he's got super speed, and he's got a power ring, and he's got a shield, and he's got a hammer.
He can copy whatever you do.
So if anyone walked out of Black Widow going, I can't believe they fucking did that with Taskmaster.
You're an idiot. You're full of shit. You were not upset. Ain't nobody had Taskmaster as their favorite Marvel villain fucking ever. Ever.
Yeah.
The guy looked like a weird Denver Bronco fan with that fucking outfit. Like that's all it was. Like it was with the orange and blue fucking white outfit. It was it.
It looked like Bo Nix at the gym.
It was all it was. And yes, he was just like, oh, he could. Like to me, Taskmaster's only like, I wouldn't want his power to fight anybody. I would want his power to play golf. Like I would just
Yeah.
watch Tiger Woods win the Masters and like okay, and then just
That's
fucking
what I
win
do.
and win
Well,
a
I
couple
watched
of
Jordan
million
play
bucks.
basketball.
Yeah,
Let me
okay,
see what Jordan
okay.
does.
No, that's
All
how
right,
he
got
does
it.
the show. Okay, got it. That's it. Anyway, that's so Friday we'll have our Skeleton Crew recap. Any chance Bishop Bullwinkle's Hell Nah is in Skeleton Crew?
Dude,
Any
I
chance?
if it
Any ch-
was, if he strolls in there with his bicycle
Oh,
or his 2 dogs.
they're all everything. Is he might be now the biggest shit. I wish I would have met that guy before he died.
Oh,
I would
hell
have.
no.
Oh. And then his others, some preachers ain't shit. We'll get into that. That's a next rant. That's a brilliant. But man, speaking of music, I just saw that the Yacht Rock documentary on HBO, and
Yeah, I didn't see it.
They did it justice. They did it justice. Let me say this: who knew what a partier Christopher Cross was?
Was he? Was he into it?
That's what I came like. He was like he talks about Ride Like the Wind. He said it was like this little riff he would do after shows, right? And just the bono dono, you know, it is a night, that part, the bum 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 up. And he goes, yeah. And I was going to a gig in Houston, and I was on the tour bus, and I just wrote lyrics to it, and I was just blitzed off my mind on acid. And I'm like, Christopher Cross? Acid? You just don't think, you know? And I think
right. Well, you listen to music, you're like, okay, this guy hangs out at a fucking country club with like 60-year-olds.
He's just right. He's got on khaki shorts all the time.
Doesn't wear socks.
Do you know how
sandals.
Do you know how one of his first claims to fame? Deep Purple was performing in Texas, and Richie Blackmore had a bad reaction to a flu shot and couldn't do the gig, so Christopher Cross filled in for Richie Blackmore. I didn't know Christopher Cross could shred like that. Like it's amazing, and it's fascinating because it talks about like the beginning of those genres. And by the way, dude, Toto, the band Toto are like they are like the Hydra of that whole era of music from like mid 70s to 80s. They played on everything. They were, I mean, the band is all over Thriller. The band, like they're just they played.
They've infiltrated all aspects of the music industry.
They were on every fucking. They were unkillable. They played on every fucking record, and it's like, what's amazing is like some of those studio guys are kind of just that. They're just studio guys, right? And they're really excellent hired guns. But then the Toto crew was like, fuck it, let's start a band. And then they're like, all I want to do when I wake up in the morning is see you. And like, fuck, they wrote hits. Fucking, you know, these motherfuckers wrote Africa. Like, it's just, anyway, it was fantastic. I couldn't watch it. Andrea's out of town. I had to watch it now because it's heavy on Michael McDonald.
Oh, and we know her. They had a bad breakup.
They had a
breakup.
Rough one. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore.
No, Andrea, please come back.
Please, you belong to me.
Andrea.
It was, dude. It's a really good documentary though, because you just get the fucking, and dude, everything is. I love these dumb luck stories that happen. So Michael McDonald got to meet Kenny Loggins, and Loggins was coming over to his house to try to work. They were going to try to write something together, right? And Michael McDonald was just fucking around on his piano, and his sister was visiting, and she just helped clean up his place because Kenny Loggins was coming over. At this point, Loggins is already a pretty established guy, right? And, and Michael McDonald is just at his piano, like bump, 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 and he's just playing that thing over and over again. And he tells his sister, like, should I play that for Kenny Loggins? She's like, oh, I don't know. And then Kenny Loggins happened to have been outside waiting, and he knocks, and he goes, what was that you just played? And they wrote the song right there. What a fool, believe. Like, Had he showed up, Michael McDonald even said he showed up 10 minutes later. Who knows, right? Like,
Yeah,
who the
doesn't
fuck knows
exist.
what would have happened? It doesn't exist. Like, it's, and then it talks about the fall, and I think that's when I heard that Christopher Cross dropped acid. I was like, there's no what? And I think that's what killed it. That's what killed Yacht Rock was MTV, and you have all these like bands that were like, well, let's also just add sex appeal to the music, right? Let's, why don't we just have like, like, hey, you don't just want to dance to a Billy Idol song. Maybe, you're the 16-year-old girls watching have a crush on him, or you know what I mean? Like, you don't just want to dance to, you don't want to just bang
You want to
your
bang
head
the
to-
dude singing it.
Yes, you want to fuck Motley Crue. You want to fuck Madonna. You want to fuck some, like it was.
You're saying Michael McDonald's not a front man. He's not a guy.
He was. They had a bit, but it just would. But they all.
He's not
kind
gonna
of
be dressed like
admitted-
David Lee Roth.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't put him in a David Lee Roth onesie and have him hop around. You can't do that with Christopher Cross. Like you saw, Toto's a perfect example. Africa is maybe one of the best songs ever that has the dumbest fucking music video of all time. That music video. They all look like high school history teachers just hanging out looking at like.
No one wants to bang anybody in Toto.
Ain't no one trying to fuck anyone. After you see that video, you're driving around, you hear that song, you're like, God damn, I'd fuck every one of them. Then you see the video, you're like, okay, well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's.
All right, okay. I feel like I got to go home and do some homework.
Let's see what Devo's up to. Let me go fuck Devo.
Let me go fuck Devo. When you make Devo hot.
Yeah, let's go. They get it. They know how to be in front of a camera. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But really good documentary. Fantastic. I mean, dude, some finger bang classics just up and down that soundtrack, Eddie. Just finger banging classics. Oh, so good. But man, it was. I was trying to think. I guess What a Fool Believes is like the Yacht Rock song.
The Yacht Rock anthem.
Yeah, I think it's either that or it's that or How Is It Not Sailing by Christopher Cross.
I would have if I had to pick one. Like I'm not huge into Yacht Rock, but if I had to pick one, I would probably pick Sailing.
I think I'd be more of a
or the theme from Author. Like
if you get caught between the moon and
to me, that's what Yacht Rock is. Like if I thought Yacht Rock, it's Christopher Cross in one of those songs.
Yacht Rock was always, and I never even liked the title Yacht Rock. I always looked at it as just like divorced aunt music. Like if your divorced aunt who picks you up and drives you around one day, it's a shit you're listening to while you're in her car.
It's on easy listening station you would never listen to.
You would never, but when you hear it, you love it. You're like, fuck, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
Like every time I hear any of those songs, I'm like, oh, I'm back. I'm like, fuck, that was a great fucking song. Great times. No, it's definitely worth watching the Yacht Rock documentary just to see how Toto, you have their fingers and they're like Palpatine. By the time
just got everything.
How could you get rid of them? They control.
They're everywhere.
Now. They're everywhere. They took everything. They just controlled it all. It's fucking insane. But what a podcast.
Hail Toto.
Thank you,
Hail
Brock.
Toto.
Hail Toto. Thank you, Brock626. Subscribe to the Ramble, 5-star rating, positive text review. Eddie, before we go, I know you had a blast. I know I had a blast. But
I did until now.
Yeah, we have. Well, you know what it is. It's our. Have our
contractual obligations.
Yes, that none of us are happy about.
Skeletor. We were just discussing the Yacht Rock documentary.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Yacht Rock hit?
Eddie, that's a wonderful question, and I'm glad that you've asked me that. It's a song that I think Michael McDonald. I keep forgetting. We're not in love anymore, and it's the only reason I love it is because it was also sampled by Warren G for Regulate, which is my second favorite song ever. It's not Yacht Rock, but it samples Yacht Rock. So number one is I Keep Forgetting. Number two is Regulate by Warren G, because that's what my friends and I do all the time. we think about, oh, look, there's some women we're going to go fuck. And then, oh, hold on, my friend is being held up. Let me go murder all the men holding up my friend, and then we're going to fuck these women again. We just go right back into freak mode. I keep forgetting by Michael McDonald every time you're near. It's impossible for me to get that song out of my head, Eddie, because I pressed play one time, and it's just been bouncing off the walls of the place I played it in ever since. The echoes, I can never not hear it. And because I played it with a very loud speaker system in one of the largest places in all of Eternia. Mm-hmm. And I bet you're wondering, what place can be that big? That years later, you can still hear the echo of a song that you played. Go ahead, ask. What?
Where?
He-Man's mother's pussy! Because it's so big, you see? And I don't think for a fucking second that song reminds me of that fucking cunt!
Okay. Cinesnob, Cody.
Yeah, let's get him on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes. We apologize. Everyone, we just apologize for him.
He never fails to live up to expectations.
Yeah, it's those below sea level expectations we have of it. Let's get the Cinesnob podcast.
Yeah,
hopefully
do that.
Cody will be back soon. Eddie, where can all the fine folk find you?
Patreon.com, The Ralph Report, 5 days a week. Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio. Wednesdays, Ramble Proper. Also on Fridays, Not Today with Jen Sturger.
Get that.
I also like that. I'd really love to see you tonight. Whether hello, how are you? Not much. How about you? It's like a conversation. And it's brilliant. I'm not talking about moving in, and I don't want to change your. It doesn't remind me of any piece of shit lying whore.
All right.
Yeah.
You can find me in the same Ramble places you can find Eddie and Cody. Also streaming games, Retro Rocha on Kick and Twitch, most nights of the week. Just my name on YouTube. Yeah. Find us, love us, do all those things. We'll be back tomorrow to talk Christmas music, maybe drop another Bishop Bullwinkle jam, and we'll be. So stay safe out there. We love you all. Take care, everybody. Remember, email us, ramble@theramblepod.com if you want in on writing lyrics to this one. All right. Oh, here. Oh, there we go. Look at what a seamless transition.
Perfect.
Best in the biz?
Yeah, easily. Easily the best in the biz.
Like the best. Sha.
Hail to the no. If Bishop Bullwinkle's still alive, he could write lyrics to this.
In 2 seconds.
Hail to the no.
That would hold a mirror up to society in a way Bob Dylan could only dream of.
Yeah, exactly. Bishop Bullwinkle speaks to all of us.